What's up, guys? This is Endgamer, and today I'm going to start a new series on my channel where pretty much I will be making my own Smash Brothers game. And so I'm a huge fan of Smash Bros. And I just kind of figured since Ultimate was over with Sora getting released, I just kind of felt like making my own game. Now, this is just a game concept. I'm not going to actually be developing the full thing, but this is just some ideas that I would put in if Nintendo came to me and they're like, hey, come make us a Smash game. And I said, all right. Um, this, I guess, series will be broken up into multiple parts. I want to have this video will be the items that I have made for the game. I don't know which order I'll be putting the other ones in. I'll have video for modes, characters, stages, all of that good stuff. Maybe even character movesets that I will use for new characters that I will be putting in the game. But anyways, let's get started with, in my opinion, one of the best items in the game is the Pokeball / assist trophy. But so I don't really feel like I need to take any Pokeballs out of the game, really. It's just adding a couple new ones. Some Pokemon that I think could work in the game, add some more chaos if you play with items, but let's be honest, nobody really plays with items anymore, or ever. But, one mechanic that I would introduce to the Pokeballs, not just Pokeballs, but if Pokemon appear in background of stages, is I've always found it weird that Smash kind of just hates shiny Pokemon. Cause you just never see them. Lucario doesn't have a shiny skin. Charizard doesn't have a shiny skin. Um, I don't know if Pikachu does. I think he had one in 4. I don't think he has one in Ultimate. Anyways, so for the Pokemon and the Pokeballs, this isn't just a new Pokemon, it's the returning Pokemon too. And the in Pokemon and background stages, I want to implement a thing where they have a percentage to actually be shiny. And so what I wanted to do is I wanted to take the odds from Sword and Shield and kind of just put them into the new Smash game, or whatever the odds of the current Pokemon game would be. Because in Sword and Shield, they're 1 in 1356 with the shiny charm. I'm not going to do 1 in 4000 because you'd have to play a lot of games to do that. But anyways, let's get started with my first idea, and that is Darkrai. So Darkrai, mythical Pokemon, pretty cool Pokemon introduced in the 4th generation. He has a move, it's pretty much just his. Maybe a couple other Pokemon know it, but it got introduced with Darkrai, and that's Dark Void. Now, my idea for Darkrai is to, when he appears out of the Master Ball or Pokeball, whichever one, he just starts throwing Dark Void around. I would say maybe just 1 or 2, because if you're just throwing around a bunch of them, characters are going to sleep forever, and it'd be really easy to get kills with the person who threw Darkrai out. So, there's nothing really special about that. It's just Darkrai throwing around Dark Voids. The sleep would last for as long as Jigglypuff or Blossom's sleep does, so just a quick little Darkrai one. The next one is Gengar. Now, Gengar is a really popular Pokemon. A lot of people love him. He's a ghost type. My idea for Gengars, I actually got from Pokemon Unite. So, in Pokemon Unite, Gengar has 2 moves. He has Hex, which kind of locks onto a person, kind of makes a target onto them, and then he has a teleport move. So, Gengar has a move in the game where you hex them and then you teleport towards them when the game first came out, it was really broken, but what I suggest is Gengar kind of throws his Hex around, or kind of like a Will-O-Wisp effect, where he throws his Will-O-Wisp around, and then he sort of teleports to the people. If you've played Pokemon Unite, you know what I'm talking about. But he throws his Hex around, teleports to the different opponents, hitting them, doing some knockback, stuff like that. The next Pokemon is Aegislash. Again, another really popular Ghost-type Pokemon, introduced in Gen 6. The Sword Shield Pokemon, not to be confused with the legendaries from Sword and Shield, but Aegislash, for the ability that I picked, is when he's summoned, he kind of just acts like a shield for you, in a way, where he just follows you around and he shields 2 attacks. Figured if it's more than 2, it could be kind of busted, but pretty much shields 2 attacks for you. Doesn't shield Final Smashes, so if a Mario Final Smash is coming for you, find a way to dodge. I mean, it's not like it's going to kill you anyways, but on to the next one, we have Magikarp. Now, I'm sure you guys are like, what is Magikarp going to do? I'll explain. So, in Ultimate right now, Goldeen has a Pokeball, right, that uses Splash. Now, when I think of Splash, I think of Magikarp, personally, and it doesn't really make a whole lot of sense for Goldeen to come out of a Pokeball when Magikarp is kind of associated with the move Splash. So I propose that we just take Goldeen out of the game entirely and put Magikarp in instead of Goldeen. Because again, doesn't really make a whole lot of sense for Goldeen to use Splash and not Magikarp. I don't know, but on to the next one is personally one of my favorite Pokemon, Cramorant. Cramorant, for the ability that I chose for Cramorant, is simply when he's summoned, he dives, he uses the move dive, goes under the stage, and just reappears a couple of times, doing some damage and knockback, and goes with my next Pokemon, which is Krookodile. Again, one of my favorite Pokemon. You'll see that a lot of the Pokemon I picked, I really like them. But Krookodile, pretty much the same thing as Dive. Literally just digs under the stage and uses Dig. Pretty much the same exact moves. Kind of like the Alolan Vulpix and regular Vulpix. To the next one is Gliscor. Again, one of my favorite Pokemon. So the thing I picked for Gliscor is Stealth Rocks. So what I suggest is when Gliscor comes onto the stage, he flies up, and then he kind of just throws Stealth Rocks around the stage. Doing 3% of damage, I feel like that's a little bit manageable. Stealth Rocks don't really stay there for that long, only really lasting 5 seconds. So, it's manageable. Anyways, you can just shield for the 5 seconds or not get hit by the Stealth Rocks. The next one is Marowak. So, Marowak will use Boomerang, his signature move, where he just throws his bone, and it comes back to him. That's the whole thing. If you need help visualizing it, literally just Simon and Richter's side B. Yeah, their side B, where they throw the cross and then it comes back to them. It's literally just that. So, the next Pokemon that we have is Pineco. Again, showing my bias here, but Pineco uses Rapid Spin until he falls off the stage, or just simply disappears after a couple seconds. Because, it's Pineco. Pretty much useless anyways, so. The next Pokemon that I picked was Pinsir. Pinsir will run forward, grab the first opponent he sees with his giant pincers, and kind of just carry them off the stage, or he pretty much will just run off the stage afterwards. You can mash out of it, because that'd be pretty broken if you couldn't. But yeah, you can mash out of Pinsir's thing. So just, you know. Next one is Slaking. So Slaking, when he spawns in, he would just sit there, like Slaking does. And then kind of figured he would just like swing his arm down a couple of times, doing some pretty big knockback, but it's pretty easily avoidable because he's literally just sitting in the stage, not doing anything. So, not that broken. Next up is Gothagrigus. What I propose for him, Gothagrigus has those big ass long arms. So pretty much, Gothagrigus will grab the first opponent he comes in contact with. If he misses, there's no point of him being there, so he'll just disappear. But if he hits him, he'll hold the person down for 4 seconds. You can mash out of it because it is a grab, and the opponent you're fighting against can do damage. Gothagrigus will do 3% while he's on the stage, while you're in his hold, and it will last for 5 seconds. The next one is Hoopa. Hoopa is a mythical Pokemon, pretty recent. Not really recent, but you guys know who Hoopa is. So Hoopa's all about teleporting, and he has the rings. So my thing is, when Hoopa comes into the stage, or when he's summoned onto the stage, he's just gonna start spawning in random things. Spawning in random items, assist trophies, random Pokemon even. Hoopa's just an absolute chaos of a Pokemon to fight against, really. And, yeah, just, if there's more than one of them that spawns, it's not going to be a fun time for anybody there. But on to the next one, and the last new Pokemon that I made is Phalanx from Gen 8. Phalanx uses No Retreat, one of his signature moves. What No Retreat does is it boosts all of his stats. It boosts all of his stats up a couple levels. The thing is, he can't retreat. That's why it's called No Retreat. But in Smash, Phalanx is going to use No Retreat to boost all of your stats instead of his. It will last for 6 seconds. All of your stats will get increased. Pretty much be like if you had all the Monado arts on at once. Might be a bit broken, since I'm not actually making the actual game, I can't test these things, so I don't know what will be broken and what not. Maybe Pinsir's is absolutely busted. Maybe none of them are broken. Maybe they're all fine. Who knows, really? But so those were all the new Pokemon ideas I had. I'll say this now at the end of the video. If you guys have any other ideas, feel free to leave them in the comments. Maybe I'll make a sequel if enough people reply, going with your ideas. But anyways, let's get on to the assist trophies. So, assist trophies, pretty much just like the Pokeball. Summon them, they do whatever they were programmed to do, and then they leave. That's it. So, for the first assist trophy is actually not a new one. It's one that is returning from Brawl, and that is Resetti from Animal Crossing, or Resetti. If you guys don't know about the Resetti Brawl trophy, pretty much he tunnels up from the ground, then he starts talking in his text box, and his text box covers the screen. That's what Resetti does. Very annoying, but yeah, so not really much to that one. The next one is a more obscure character, and that is Captain Rainbow. Now, if you guys don't know who Captain Rainbow is, I don't blame you. He's a very obscure character. He was only got featured in Japan, or his game only came out in Japan. His whole game was about helping, helping characters that were kind of forgotten. Characters like Birdo were in there, Little Mac, even though Both of them are pretty popular now, but so what I suggest for Captain Rainbow is when he's summoned, his alter ego just goes by Nick, transforms into Captain Rainbow. Captain Rainbow starts running around the stage, swinging his yo-yo at opponents. After he's done, or after the transformation ends, he'll transform back into Nick, and then he'll disappear, like every assist trophy does. The next assist trophy is Cappy. Cappy from Super Mario Odyssey, but what I suggest, Cappy comes out, flies onto the opponent's head, and kind of just inverts his controls. Inverts the opponent's controls, my bad. But, so, it's pretty much just annoying. It only lasts for 8 seconds, so it's not that bad. You just kind of like flip how you're playing, but the next one is Glass Joe from Punch Out, the boxer who went 99-1, the worst, the first character you faced in Punch Out for the Wii and all the other Punch Outs. But what I suggest for him, when he's summoned, he runs around. He just starts punching people, because what else is a Punch Out character gonna do? But the hits only do 1%, showing truly how weak Glass Joe is, and how he's never actually gonna have another victory besides that one person who I don't understand how he beat him. But anyways, the next assist trophy we have is the Bullet Bill Cannon. So the Bullet Bill Cannon, it appears, and it will just shoot off 6 bullet bills. They each do 15%. After the 6 are gone, that's... After the 6 are gone, it disappears. Nothing more to that. Also, they can't be reflected because they're projectiles. The next one is the Guardian from Breath of the Wild. When the Guardian appears, it will be one of the stationary Guardians, so the whole stage won't be taken up by the big Guardian. When it's summoned, it will just sit there. It will just fire off its lasers. Pretty slow, easily avoidable. The reticle will also go on the character that it's targeting, so you can just shield it if you really want to, or get out of the way. The thing is, though, they each do 30%, so you might want to get out of the way. He only fires off 2 shots. He doesn't go for the same person, so unless there's only one person, then obviously he's going to go for the same person. Anyways, let's move on. The next one is the Arwing from Star Fox. If you don't know what the Arwing is, look at Fox's Final Smash. That's the Arwing. It's pretty much what all of the characters in Star Fox ride in when they're in space. When the Arwing is summoned, it'll pretty much just fly up. A radar will appear on screen, and then we'll just start shooting its lasers. It'll blast 7 lasers, each doing 15%. Sounds a bit broken. Might change that, but anyways. On to the next one is the only third-party assist trophy that I actually added. Should have added more. Anyways, the next one is Dovahkiin from Elder Scrolls. So what I suggest is he does his Fushro Da. If you guys don't know what a Fushro Da is, it's the big blast. It's a big blast. Only does 10%, but it has massive knockback. That's pretty much what a Fushro Da is anyways. So, on to the next one, we have Asteroids from an older game called Asteroids. The Asteroids will kind of just fly around the stage, hitting people, each rock doing 10%. It only lasts for 10 seconds, so should be easily avoidable. It's kind of like Ness's old Final Smash before he could just like move it around and stuff. I think it was for Brawl. I think it was Brawl Ness. So those are the assist trophies that I came up with. A shorter segment than the Pokeball ones, but still have one more segment to go through in this video, and that is the items. So when I was making the items, I may have accidentally made a new form of assist trophy in Pokeball, which was not a good idea because I was up until 3 in the morning researching it. But so does anybody remember the game Fossil Fighters? Old game back on the DS. Fossil Fighters is pretty much Pokemon, but with dinosaurs, and dinosaurs are really cool. So pretty much what happens is when a fossil appears on the stage, kind of just plop down on the stage like every other item does. After you break the fossil, a dinosaur will appear. And, it will do whatever. So pretty much when you break the fossil, a dinosaur will appear. Now, I have a lot of what I wrote. I tried to include a good variety of the characters or of the dinosaurs. I didn't play a lot of Fossil Fighters growing up, so this is mostly based off of research. So, anyways, the first one, the poster dinosaur, I guess you could say, is the T-Rex. When it's summoned, takes a large bite in the way it's facing, does 20%. It's a T-Rex. I mean, if you can't avoid that 20%, I don't know what to tell you, but takes a large bite in its direction that it's facing, does 20%, then it disappears. The next one is Tro. He is a raptor, and he runs around biting enemies, does 10% every time it bites, only lasts for 10 seconds, so just avoid it, run away. It's kind of just like a really annoying assist trophy, except it's following you the whole time. So, again, kind of easily avoidable, especially as a faster character. If you're playing as a character like Donkey Kong or Ganondorf, might be a bit harder to do, but the next one is the V-Raptor. Obviously, he's a raptor. When he's summoned, he will jump on the first opponent he sees and kind of start mauling them. He will do 3% for every second he's on there. The longest he can be on there is 6 seconds before disappearing. Since it works as a grab, the opponent can mash out of it. And the next one we have is Perso. He is a Brachiosaurus dinosaur. They're known for having their long necks. Pretty much what it is he'll just start swinging his neck around in a circle, doing 30%. He'll do it twice. It's a big hitbox, but it's very slow, so it's easily avoidable. And then, alright, so the next dinosaur that we have is the Lambo. He is a Corythosaurus. Pretty much, he's just gonna swing his head upwards 3 times, each doing 20%. It's a stationary one, so I feel like it's pretty easily avoidable. The next dinosaur we have is Kentro. He is a Stegosaurus. Swings his body around 3 times. The only his tail is a hitbox, so each swing does 10%, so a total of 30% if you get hit by all 3 of them. I imagine you won't actually get hit by all 3 of them unless you're actively trying to get hit by all 3 of them. So, on to the next one is Penta. He is a Triceratops, and when he's summoned, he's going to charge across the stage like a Triceratops does, and that's going to do 20%. Going to be one of the harder ones to avoid, especially on stages like Final Destination. Obviously, you can always just jump over it, or use your recovery if you're out of jumps, something like that. The next one is Guru. I don't know if I'm saying that right, but He is a pterodactyl. When he's summoned, he's going to fly up. He's just going to swoop down in a U shape 3 times. They're each going to do 10% damage. His whole body is a hitbox, so maybe on the harder side to avoid, but it's only 10%, you know. You're not going to die from it unless you're at like 300, and even then you should be dead already. So the next one is Kashin. He is a Pleuthalosaurus. Kind of looks like Lapras. When he's summoned, he's literally just going to sit there on the stage. His body is not a hitbox. It does act as kind of a wall, though. When he's summoned, he's going to spit out water 3 times in a straight line. And each going to do 10%. You know, you can reflect it, dodge it, whatever, shield it. Take the 10%. It's not that much. The next and final fossil fighter that I picked is the Mammoth. He's a mammoth. He swings his tusk around while also walking around, doing 10%. He's either going to despawn or he's just going to walk off the stage. Either way, he's a slow walking mammoth doing 10%, swinging his tusk around. So, again, not that hard to avoid. The next item that I picked is the question block from Super Mario. Just spawns on stages. I know it's in the 3D World stage. I think it's the 3D World stage, or the new Super Mario Bros. Stage. But the question block will spawn, and it'll just sit there. It'll act as a platform if you need it, and it will just, when you hit it, spawns random items. That's all. The next one is a M9 tranquilizer pistol from Metal Gear Solid. Bit weird. It stands out a bit compared to the question block in Dinosaurs, but so it's a tranquilizer pistol. You shoot it and puts people to sleep. It has 2 shots. It lasts as long as Jigglypuff, Darkrai, Blossom's sleep. It can be deflected, and the shot is kind of like Sheik's needles, so a little bit harder to see, but if you can reflect it, props to you, I'd say. The next one is the Karibo shoe from Mario. If you don't know what that is, it's the big shoe that Goombas are seen in. You can jump in it. It's a Mario Maker, all of that stuff. Pretty much you jump into the shoe. You can jump around in the shoe. You can land on opponents while you have it. It lasts for 12 seconds. It also increases your jump height. And it does 5% of damage. Not a bad amount. I figured for how long it lasts, you know, it's worth it. The next item is the Double Cherry, also for Mario, Super Mario 3D World, to be exact. Pretty much, it makes a clone of yourself. Think about the Ditto Pokeball. It will make a clone of yourself. The clone will follow your inputs, all of that stuff. It only lasts for 10 seconds, and you can go up to 3 clones if somehow more than 1 Double Cherry spawns. And so the clones will pretty much just, they'll follow your exact inputs. You know, it'll be like having Ice Climbers even though you're playing Ganondorf. It's like that. The next item is the Fire, Lightning, and Ice Rods from Zelda. Those drop on the stage like any normal rod would and shoot out ice. It can freeze opponents. It freezes opponents depending on how high the percentage is, or it will just do 15% damage. The Fireball, or the Fire Rod, will shoot out a Fireball, and that will do 10% damage. The Lightning Rod will shoot at a line of lightning, that'll do 10%. It can also travel between opponents, so if you have 8 players lined up for some reason, you can shoot the lightning rod and it will travel through all of the opponents that are there. The next item is the Iron Boots from Zelda. It lowers your jump and movement speed, but it decreases your knockback. So pretty much just imagine it as having the shield art for Shulk's Monauto arts. It's pretty much just like that. The next and the final item is the E-Tank from Mega Man. Kind of acts as a special flag. Instead of giving you an extra life, the E-Tank, when you hold it up long enough, it heals the user 30%. I know it's a lot, but you literally have to stand still to hold it, so I think that balances it out. So anyways, that's the end of this video. I hope you guys enjoyed, and don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and tell me in the comments, what items would you add, what assist, what Pokemon. Do you think any of the stuff that I'm adding to the game is broken? Do you think it's fair? Let me know. Let's get a conversation going in the comments. And I will see you guys in the next one. Goodbye.